If you don't love Jesus, you can't follow him without love. If you don't love Jesus, you can't sacrifice for him. If you don't love Jesus, you can't leave other things and come for meetings. If you don't love Jesus, your job will look more important if you don't love Jesus. If you don't love Jesus, something else will take Jesus' attention from you. If you don't love Jesus. He left the appointed place because love was not in view. That's why when he came back, he was asking, lovest thou me more than this? One of the ways to check if you are spiritually healthy is to check your love life for Jesus. And how do we know that somebody loves Jesus? Is it by coming to fellowship? The way we know someone loves Jesus is by keeping to the word of Jesus, keeping to the instruction of Jesus. That is how we know somebody loves Jesus. And what happens in wilderness experience is to revive your love life for Jesus. If anything happens to your love for Jesus, actually, everything has happened to you. If you no longer love Jesus to keep his word, to be planted in the place where he said you should be, something is wrong. If Satan wants to blackmail Jesus before you, the first thing he does, he punctures your love for Jesus. When prayer starts looking difficult to pray, something is wrong with your love life. When studying the word starts looking difficult, something is wrong with your love life. Fasting is now very tedious. You can't fast again. You that used to fast 6 to 6, you can't fast again. Something is wrong with your love life. Something else has taken the love for Jesus. And I can tell you, if something else takes the love for Jesus, then automatically you'll be brought into wilderness experience. If things that used to make you cry, when you hear them, you no longer cry again, you no longer love Jesus. Sin is something you can do. You call sin a fun. Something has affected your love for Jesus. If you can do sin and all you are doing is, after all, confess something, Satan has already conquered you. God wants to help you. He brings you into wilderness experience. An accurate believer will always check his love for Jesus. If Peter's love can be substituted, who are you that your love cannot be substituted?